Welcome to episode 6 of our weekly podcast. Although I'm at Park Hall, this time round it's a Scotland special, and I had a chat with one of our new signings, Kurtis Byrne. Kurtis, your football has taken you to a number of different nations. Here we are back in Scotland ahead of the Rangers friendly today. You looking forward to that?
Yeah, can't wait. It's going to be a really tough game. It's going to be a game that will, prepare us for a tough time in Europe. So yeah, the boys are looking forward to it. As we said, hopefully we can get a good result.
And you've played in Scotland before. Any memorable games against Rangers?
We beat them in, played for Hibs in the U team, beat them in the U Cup final, 2-1. I managed to score 2, a last minute goal, which was nice. And then we played them at Ibrox with the first team and we drew 1-1, which is always a good result to get a draw at Ibrox. So yeah, I've had a few good memories then up in Glasgow.
And we're on the verge of our Champions League campaign. How important is the experience that you've got, not only here in Scotland against the likes of Rangers, but also in Champions League football yourself? How important is that going into the campaign ahead?
Yeah, we play in Europe with Dundalk a couple of times. It's always good to know what you're going to be prepared for. Usually teams in Europe are going to be quality opposition. Technically very good. So experience is vital. So hopefully I can bring what I know in Europe, help the team out and try and get a good result.
And you mentioned you scored a couple of goals previously. Were they volleys?
2 of them were volleys, yeah, believe it or not. So, hopefully there's more to come in terms of volleys in Europe for me.
And of course, for anyone who's listening in, wonder what we're talking about, one of your nicknames that you've picked up over the years is the Volley King.
And anywhere I go, just don't know how, just score volleys. In the League of Ireland, probably, I don't know how many goals I've scored, probably 40 odd. I think more than half are volleys. I went up to Linfield and I think 4 of them were volleys, so it's, just like volleying the ball, and I like to see it, when they go in, it's special.
Well, however they go in next season, let's hope for plenty of goals from Kurtis Byrne.
Absolutely. Thanks, Rev.
It's always good to see what goes on behind the scenes at a football club, and on that front I had a chat, first of all with Ed Harper, followed by Joe Newton. The days when footballers could eat what they want, do what they want, they've long since gone, Ed, in the professional game.
Yeah, pretty much. Even down to sort of the semi-professional and lower clubs, a lot of the fitness and the health and fitness things are coming all the way down now.
Well, I'm certainly impressed with what you do at TNS. I do try to live quite healthily myself. Being around the team, I must say, I've taken my healthy eating to another level.
Yeah, I've seen you getting a lot of vegetables on board. It's definitely the case.
So something like today, we're playing Rangers, of course, in a few hours' time. We've just eaten. Is the time that we eat very important?
Yeah, it's pretty important for what we do. I mean, we tend to try and have pre-match meals and food around 3 hours before big games, and most games really. And then if the lads need little bits of top-ups and little bits of other supplements and things like that, then they can have that on the way through.
So I guess there's lots of science involved. So you didn't just wake up one day and think, I want to do this. Lots of preparation, lots of study.
For me personally, I've obviously done quite a lot of studying and degrees and master's degrees and things like that to get to where I'm at now. But yeah, there's a lot of science in and around what we do and what we're trying to do at the club to support what the lads are doing on the pitch. Really.
And it's not just the eating as well, it's the whole training aspect. We've just been to Portugal for 4 days, and I guess a lot of preparation had to go into planning that.
Yeah, the Portugal one was a tough one really. It's the first time we've been away for such a specific and acute type of training environment really. So we had to plan it where the lads could manage the loads, but we really wanted to give them a bit of a kick in the heat, obviously. So there was quite a few factors that went into that and went into the planning of that. But the lads did really well. And I think we've come out of it a lot stronger.
And I guess with so much involvement in the human body in terms of muscles and the makeup of who we are, then you have to plan very, very carefully.
Yeah, and there's a lot of things nowadays, like you say, within the science that helps us out with that. So stuff like the GPS and wellness markers and speaking to the lads and finding out how they feel coming off the back of sessions. Or one of the things that we did in Portugal that I think you saw was we measured the speed that they were lifting some of the weights at. And from that we can tell when they're becoming fatigued, which means we can keep them fresher for longer because they're not entering any fatigue zones, and we can get them going again sooner rather than give them more rest.
And finally, Ed, as well as being involved in TNS, you're also involved in a number of other aspects of football. You also have your own gym as well. How important is that type of work for the modern day footballer?
Oh yeah, it's massive. It's becoming bigger and bigger really. I think people are really starting to understand the role that sort of gym work and off-pitch type work has within football really, and you can see it with the physiques of some players like Gareth Bales and Ronaldo's and stuff. Some people are really buying into it.
Joe, first of all, tell us, how did you get involved with the New Saints?
It came through university really. I was doing my undergraduate at Glendale University, 20 minutes down the road from the venue, and seems to be like they have a bit of a link, the club and the university. So I think I'm the fourth or fifth student they've had involved doing analysis for the club and the first team. But I think I'm the third student who's doing a master's degree at the same time. So I'm doing my master's degree and getting the experience of being an analyst at a good club like TNS.
So you turned up with a camcorder and a tripod and away you went?
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. So I'd done some work for the Welsh FA in regional camps. But yeah, basically camera, tripod, computer, that's my equipment sort of thing that I come with, and that's what I use, yeah.
Of course, filming the games, a lot more to it than just that. Once the whistle goes, that's really when your work begins in many ways.
Yeah. A lot of my work's done before and after the game. I do stuff live, and we're trying to incorporate me coming into half time and showing stuff to the players at half time on the TV we've got in the changing rooms, but a lot of it's done before and after, analysing the opposition that we've got coming up, and I'll send clips to the management team and they'll feed that back to the players on what we can expect from the team we're playing. And then afterwards, I'll obviously, after filming the game, I'm speaking to the manager saying what sort of things you want me to look at, and again, clip that, send it to the management team, and they feed it back to the players, positive and negative stuff.
I know on the way home on coach journeys when we played somewhere in Wales, Steve, Scott are forever saying to you, can you send me this? Yeah. Could you clip me that? I guess you enjoy that though.
Oh yeah, I absolutely love it. I love it, yeah. I actually enjoy the away trip more because constant contact with the coach makes it easier, and getting it done, so I'm there and say, is this right? Do you think this is worth looking at? And it's better than being at home after a home game. But yeah, either way I enjoy it. I absolutely love what I do here.
And talking of away trips, here we are in Scotland. We've got Rangers coming up very, very shortly. Yeah. We have a Champions League campaign as well on the horizon. Do you like the travel aspect of being involved in football?
I love it. That's what I love about it, yeah. It's trips like this and the Macedonia ones that I really look forward to, and I absolutely loved Rijeka last year. Having the opportunity to something that I really enjoy about this. Yeah.
And finally, Joe, not only do you like to look at football and video the games, but you also like to play it as well.
I do, yeah. I was actually playing for Oswald Street Town last season, but this season I've signed for Gresford at the moment. That's been announced on Twitter. So yeah, I'll be playing my football when it doesn't clash with TNS. Obviously TNS comes first at the moment, and so if TNS are playing on a Friday and I've got a game on a Saturday for Gresford, I can play, or vice versa. And yeah, so I'll just play for Gresford when I can and when I'm available, which is good to keep being able to play and do this is a bonus.
Yes, I was going to ask you about the clash. Yeah. Obviously TNS comes first, and Gresford are great about that. They understand that.
Yeah, they understand that. They, like I say, with these trips, I've missed training last night. I'm missing games for the European side, so they're fine with that. And if come the start of the season, if there's a Saturday and a Saturday for both Gresford and TNS, they know that TNS comes first. It's my job.
Yeah. You couldn't be training with Gresford yesterday, but here you are in Scotland.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, you may miss a few games coming up, but you'll be in Macedonia. Not a bad life, really, Joe.
No, exactly. You can't complain. No, it's to be honest, it's pre-season at the moment, so I'm not too gutted about missing all the running, but I'll do my own bits away from Gresford and make sure I keep ticking over for the sessions and games that I do miss.
Well, Joe, thank you for your time today, giving us an insight into what goes on behind the scenes.
Brilliant. Cheers, Rev. Thank you.
We were in Scotland to play a friendly against Rangers. Following the game, I interviewed TNS manager Scott Ruscoe. We often say that the result isn't important, and today was a good workout for the New Saints.
Yeah, for lots of different reasons. Playing in these conditions, really warm, mid-20s. We come up against the Macedonians a week today, and it's going to be up to high 20s or whatever. So on that one, very good competition in Rangers. Overall experience very good, strong team. Changed a lot of players to give us a tough test in the second half. We gave our boys as many minutes as possible before we made changes, and overall very pleasing for us.
Rangers had a good, strong side out there today. That was a good test for TNS.
Yeah, I said to a few of the boys, usually we get our own way most of the time, whether it's playing out, whether it's playing through, whether it's having 70%, 75% possession, and today we didn't get that. And it's testament to the lads. You can see them frustrated and a bit down because at times they got the run around and they got passed round, and we've all played in games where the opposition are better than us. Have more quality, are worth more money than us, but we dig in and we match them. We try and match them in all aspects of our game. Today overall I thought we did okay.
This is the second season on the bounce that we've played Rangers. That in itself is a compliment because they have a tough European campaign of their own on the horizon. They want to be tested.
Yeah, and they've got one more game to go. They play Bury at home on Friday, and they play next Thursday. So they're doing the same as us. They're playing a week before that they play. Just like we are, we play in 7 days' time, and that's a perfect test for us to go and match ourselves against an excellent side, stronger than last year, without a shadow of a doubt, and they're going to be pushing this season in the Scottish Premiership.
And finally, Scott, as we look ahead to the Champions League campaign, 1 week to go, what sort of preparations have you got for the side?
The boys will have tomorrow off, and then we'll work Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Monday. So there's still some training to be done, there's still some organisation on how we're going to play and how we're going to set up, but a lot of the fitness work's already been done. We'll just top ourselves up, give boys a bit more if they haven't had enough minutes through training, and we go from there. We fly out on Sunday morning early.
Thank you for listening to this week's podcast and watching it, of course. Don't forget to check out our website tnsfc.co.uk for all things relating to the New Saints. Next week we will be in the Balkan Peninsula, Macedonia to be precise, as we kick off our Champions League campaign.